would usually be placed in one of the biggest matches on the card, and this became especially apparent in July 2026. Sami Zayn had just won the undisputed.
It was really fucking crummy because Sami Zayn finally got a chance, and then WWE pulls this bullshit.
Oh, what's up? Oh, what's up?
Yo, what up? It's Ahmadjay back here with another video. Today we'll be reacting to a video by Tap Out Corner. The video is going to be on the hypocrisy of CM Punk. I kind of knew this expose was low-key coming from a lot of like wrestling channels and like probably fans in general, because like I guess, well, you know, CM Punk is, I guess, a far tale from what he was like over 10 years ago, basically. I guess like it ran parallel with you know, with the Sammy thing. That was like the height of everything recently, because of how he, you know, took somebody's spot, and I guess his promo reasoning probably like either a few days ago, and his reason for not caring, you know, just taking a spot. Man, I think the CM Punk from a long time ago wouldn't have took that spot, but like, hey, bro's old now, and you know, he probably realized you gotta do stuff to get what you want. I mean, you know, hard work, and well, he's basically what he's kind of criticized in the past. So I kind of get the reasoning here why these videos are being made, but maybe we could go into more depth of like what he's gonna be, you know, kind of talking about here. But don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and if you're a fan of wrestling and like wrestling, I'll be reacting to a lot of videos. They're up on my page. Go check my playlist. If you like to react to specific things, I got them on there, so I'll be on there, just you know, reacting to stuff, and watch along with me. Let's get it.
At one point, CM Punk was one of the most beloved and trusted wrestlers in the world. A major reason was his perceived authenticity. Punk presented himself as someone who spoke his mind, stood by his principles, and accepted the consequences. In recent years, however, critics have argued that Punk does not always hold himself to the same standards he demands from everyone else. One of the biggest incidents cited is Punk's appearance in Saudi Arabia. Back in 2020, CM Punk replied to a tweet from The Miz saying, "Go suck a blood money covered dick in Saudi Arabia, you dork." This made it all the more shocking when, in 2025, it was announced that CM Punk would wrestle in—
I'm sorry, I get why he did this. It was going to be the last time wrestling John Cena. Bro, I wouldn't skip that opportunity either. This was Cena's retirement tour, bro. And I get like, you know, kind of changing your mind about this. I know people criticize this whole thing for what it is, because like they see Saudi Arabia as a cash grab. What are they supposed to do as a business in WWE? I know I get Saudi Arabia's politics and standpoints of what they do in their country, but people have to make money. Yeah, I mean, you got, it's a business. You got to make money, bro. And Saudi Arabia is giving up a ton of fucking money to host all these premium live events and all of these other like, especially the big events, bro. And I mean, I sort of in a way get why CM Punk did it, because for John Cena, basically. But I mean, if you give another reason, but I guess you can criticize that. But I'll do it if it was John Cena, bro. It was his last year wrestling.
In Saudi Arabia. More attention was drawn to the situation when CM Punk publicly apologized for his remarks.
This guy wants me to apologize for a mean tweet I wrote 6 years ago. Legitimately had nothing to do with Saudi Arabia. I woke up and I was crabby and I wrote a mean tweet to The Miz. I sincerely apologize to you and I love Saudi Arabia.
It's fair to say that performing in Saudi Arabia is not the same as endorsing the Saudi government, and that Punk's original tweet was more of an insult to The Miz, made while he was not in the best headspace. However, Punk specifically called the money WWE and its wrestlers got from Saudi Arabia blood money. This suggested that Punk believed accepting the money itself was morally wrong. While people can change their opinions, Punk has never meaningfully explained why his position changed. It's therefore understandable that some fans believe he only objected to WWE's relationship with Saudi Arabia when he was not personally benefiting from it. This isn't the only incident where Punk seemed to have a change of opinion when it was beneficial to him. In the early 2010s, Punk—
Man, oh my gosh, bro. Yeah, these fans just take it too much on the head, bro. They always like to criticize what people always do. I mean, I guess in the way I can get it, but I don't read too much into that type of shit.
became critical of The Rock when the People's Champion started making very few WWE appearances while still being placed at the top of the card. In an interview, Punk stated, "I've been very vocal about The Rock coming back and cherry picking the days he comes in. I just think there are a lot of people who work their asses off here. I'm here 24/7, 365 days a year, and he's here like 3 days a year." However, when CM Punk returned to WWE in 2023, he was not competing full-time and made only limited appearances. On top of that, Punk would usually be placed in one of the biggest matches on the card, and this became especially apparent in July 2026. Sami Zayn had just won the undisputed WWE.
I mean, it kind of grows apparent because like you get older to that age and you see why. Because when you get older, you know, your body doesn't act the same. So I guess I can get the aspect of like how he, you know, doesn't work these days. But this situation I didn't really like. It was really fucking crummy because I really enjoyed that Sami Zayn finally got a chance, and then WWE pulls this bullshit and, you know, shoves CM Punk into the fray.
Championship in what was a dream moment for many fans. Then, just 9 days later, Punk returned after being gone for several months and defeated Sami Zayn to win the title. While The Rock and CM Punk's situations and reasons for working a limited schedule aren't identical, the optics are difficult to ignore. It appears that Punk is benefiting from the same star-based hierarchy he criticized when The Rock was placed above him. However, wrestlers who have worked with CM Punk have also accused him of hypocrisy backstage. In May 2022, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Sasha Banks and Naomi, abruptly left WWE and walked out of the company. This wasn't a storyline, it stemmed from genuine backstage frustrations. Punk chimed in on the situation and tweeted, "Doesn't matter if your opinion of your coworker is positive or negative, stand with them, because they'll do the same thing to you and you'll wish someone helped. Trust me, you're expendable. Together, you're unstoppable." This would be extremely ironic just a few months later. At the time, CM Punk was signed to AEW and was feuding with the AEW World Champion, Hangman Adam Page. Days after Punk made the tweet, he and Page had a confrontation on AEW, during which Adam Page went off script and said this.
"You talk a big game about workers' rights, yeah? Well, you've shown the exact opposite since you've gotten here."
Page was referring to a situation involving Colt Cabana. Colt Cabana was a fellow wrestler and one of Punk's closest friends until they had a falling out. Colt Cabana had been signed to AEW before Punk arrived, but was moved from the AEW roster to the Ring of Honor roster when Punk came to the company. Punk denied having anything to do with Colt's move, and AEW president Tony Khan confirmed that. However, reports indicated that some AEW wrestlers did not believe that, which is why Adam Page made the comment about workers' rights. There was clearly an issue between Punk and some of his AEW co-workers, but it seemed to have been resolved privately. That assumption would be proven wrong when, months later, Punk took a shot at Hangman Adam Page on TV.
Oh shit, this was the start of how everything really started, bro. I mean, I wouldn't, I mean, if they say he didn't do it, and, you know, Tony Khan came out and confirmed that he didn't do it, and I mean, you know, Tony Khan is what he is, and he's gonna tell the truth. He be on some bullshit a lot when it comes to being petty, but like, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't just do that. I'm pretty sure what I think probably happened was, I bet he probably saw that CM Punk had, you know, problems with Colt Cabana in the past, and he probably saw that they got into some you know, serious stuff. He probably made the choice to just put him on the Ring of Honor roster, and like, I guess CM Punk probably got blamed for that. I mean, that's just my explaining. I don't know. That's what I probably think would happen.
Hangman Adam Page, you want that rematch? You got it right here, right now. Let's go.
I don't know.
We have never got that confirmed, yay or nay.
That's not cowboy shit, that's coward shit.
Damn.
The apology must be as loud and as public as the disrespect.
Then, just a few weeks later, Punk would go on an infamous public rant, bringing up private details about his relationship with Colt Cabana.
He shares a bank account with his mother. It tells you all you need to know about what kind of character that is.
Additionally, Punk claimed that the executive vice presidents of AEW, Kenny Omega and Nick and Matt Jackson, were spreading lies about him and feeding it to journalists.
And the fact that I have to sit up here because we have irresponsible people who call themselves EVPs and couldn't man.
Look at bro's face. I don't know, bro. I think dude just really can't control the company. He needs like a second in command that's like, you know, would really fucking like be a commanding figure, basically. I don't think he needs to be around the company all the time. because like I feel like he's just not not intimidating enough. At least Vince came off in like an intimidating like presence.
Manage a target, and they spread lies and bull and put into a media that I got somebody fired when I have all to do with him.
It's never been proven that Omega and the Jacksons leaked information to journalists, but even if they had, Punk's outburst was still wrong. Rather than limiting his comments to denying accusations, he exposed personal information and attacked his coworkers' intelligence, professionalism, and credibility. While Punk was right to be frustrated, this still made Punk's statement about workers' rights seem hypocritical. Instead of promoting worker solidarity, Punk escalated an already divided workplace and made cooperation between everyone even more difficult than it already was. Punk then made the situation even worse when he was confronted by Omega and the Jacksons after he left the press conference. According to reports, the conversation turned violent when Punk threw a fist and a fight broke out. While Kenny Omega, Nick, and Matt Jackson and others did not handle the situation appropriately either, this incident made CM Punk come off as vindictive and self-righteous. Punk's behavior...
Honestly, I think both sides are wrong, honestly, because like CM Punk was wrong for like leaking the information and bringing this all to the public and basically throwing the first punch. And I feel like they were in the wrong too. If that even happened, I don't know. We don't know. But if they're supposed to be like some sort of EVPs or something, like why the hell are you trying to get into a fight? But yeah, there's some sense of professionalism that's still supposed to be kept. I mean, I know they're on TV, keeping their presence up as wrestlers, but it's still just crazy.
Suggested they felt staying professional didn't apply to him when he personally felt disrespected. To Punk's credit, he later admitted that how he handled the situation was wrong, and this entire incident could have been dismissed as one isolated outburst. However, Punk displayed similar behavior about a year later. After the incident at All Out, CM Punk would be gone for 9 months. When he returned, Punk was placed on AEW's Saturday show, Collision. For roughly the first 2 months, things were fine. But during an off-air moment, CM Punk got on the mic and took another shot at Adam Page.
Earlier today, I went to a local supermarket and I figured out why they call him Hangman. It's because the pegs in the toy aisle are full of Hangman action figures because nobody wants to buy him. He's a peg warmer. That's right. Unlike me, who moves merchandise and pops ratings and sells toys.
Punk and Adam Page weren't feuding or even on the same show, so it came across as Punk going out of his way to bury a coworker. Ironically, it made Adam Page's comment about workers' rights seem more accurate in hindsight. Reportedly, CM Punk did apologize to Page via text, which was the right thing to do. However, this still came across as a bit hypocritical, considering Punk himself said that the apology must be as loud and as public as the disrespect. Critics point to this as more evidence that CM Punk does not hold himself to the same standards as he does everyone else. However, Punk's authenticity would suffer an even bigger blow just a few weeks later. Not only was CM Punk the centerpiece of AEW Collision, but Punk was also reportedly a leader backstage and had authority over the show. This became important when one of the wrestlers on Collision, Jack Perry, wanted to do a spot where he was thrown through a car windshield. Perry wanted to use real glass, but Punk vetoed the idea.
In hindsight, this is like really kind of crazy of how much power they kind of gave CM Punk and how much Tony Khan really wanted him to stay. I mean, we all could say it could have all been resolved, but like, I mean, I know for business, he probably had to just fire CM Punk. He really did not want to. I bet he didn't, because fast forward, now he's in WWE doing like kind of still flourishing. I don't know, with the little mini problems as it is recently, but but that's like only for the Sammy thing. But they said he's been doing good backstage.
Safety concerns. Then, not long after, AEW held the All In pay-per-view event in London. Jack Perry was scheduled to compete in a street fight, and during the match, Perry was wrestling near a limo. That's when Perry said this.
You know what this is right here?
And then crushing.
Real glass.
Crushing the abdomen.
Go cry me a river.
Obviously, this was a direct shot to CM Punk. After Jack Perry got backstage, he and CM Punk got into a confrontation. Punk then attacked Perry before the two were separated. While Jack Perry was clearly in the wrong and AEW's weak management was also part of the problem, it doesn't excuse CM Punk, a 44-year-old man at the time and backstage leader, from physically assaulting someone. All of this helps explain why some fans have begun to question whether CM Punk is as principled and authentic as he presents himself. Punk has repeatedly criticized other people's behavior only to become more flexible when those same standards interfere with his own interests. He has changed positions when doing so has benefited him, and his commitment to worker solidarity and professionalism appears to disappear whenever he feels disrespected. People are allowed to change their opinions, but without meaningful explanations or accountability, Punk's actions can make his principles appear less like deeply held convictions and more like standards he applies selectively. To CM Punk's credit, he hasn't taken liberties with his opponents or behaved unprofessionally during.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he did have a little something going on here in this video. Yeah, it does sound like a whole bunch of hypocrisy because when you get into the nitty gritty, I'm still a CM Punk fan no matter what it is, but in the video he kind of like said that he did take back a lot of stuff and apologize, but like I do see the hypocrisy a lot because like half of the things he say people do he's doing, and I don't think that kind of like makes it right. And for the Jack Perry things, that's always a classic talking about that, especially in recent years. He, like I said, he was wrong for even he was wrong for like throwing that push just like he did with the Bucks. And Jack Perry was just in the wrong for just even doing the real glass, because like he said, I think CM Punk already said that, like, people can get really fucking injured. Why don't you just use sugar glass or something? Like, why do you want real glass with the damn like when you're like wrestling and slamming somebody into a window? Somebody can get cut and cut badly, bro. Like, man, you don't know how serious that is at the end of the day, because that punctures some artery or something, you're gonna be in real trouble. But honestly, yeah, I can see the hypocrisy as he explained in this video, so I understand like how it is. Like I said, I was pissed off about the Sami Zayn thing, and it only if they did it with anybody else, I wouldn't care. But like, Sami Zayn has just not got a chance until now. He's always been that underdog. He's always been that that person that's been fighting but just keep coming up too short. But then when he finally gets to the damn promised land, they do this. So yeah, I was pissed at him for that, and I can see how he has the hypocrisy for that. But hey, let me know how y'all feel in the comments. But the original video for it will be in the description, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We are on the road to 900. Follow along if you like wrestling. I'll be out.
He was the best guy around. What about the people he murdered? What murder?